Hello everyone, my name is Tony, and today we are going to make a Spongebob Squarepants review. This is my first Spongebob Squarepants review, and it's going to be the first episode, Help Wanted. It's the very first episode of Spongebob Squarepants. Let's get started. Oh, before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and comment down below. Okay, guys? Alright. And hit the bell notification. So the episode starts with SpongeBob. Start with him, it starts with the narrator first. The narrator starts talking about his favorite sea creature, SpongeBob. And then SpongeBob wakes up and in his little, alarm clock thingy, like his little horn, like, I know I don't sound like it, but anyways, back to the review. He wakes up and then he goes on a little diving board thing, and you see Gary as well, his snail, and then we see him jump on a diving board saying, "I'm naked," and then he goes to lift away with stuffed animals on the side of the bars for some reason. I don't know. I guess because he's weak and stuff. You know how he is. He has those skinny arms and yeah, you know. Anyways, he lifts the weight. Of course, he does it because it's easy. But SpongeBob, that is not really lifting a weight. You have to lift a heavy one. Come on, man. He's just making himself look like a little weakling. Anyways, he lifts the weight. He lifts the weight. He lifts the weight and he goes outside saying, "I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready," and then we see Patrick saying, "Go, SpongeBob," and he's like, and then he falls off from his rock and lands on all of his stuff. Oh man, my ears itchy. Anyways, back to the review. Um, well, SpongeBob arrives at the Krusty Krab, telling him what he's going to do and stuff, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm not ready," and stuff. And then he runs into Patrick again, and then Patrick convinces him that he was born to have a job. Yeah, okay, and okay, so yeah, he convinces him that he has the job, and he he's like. He's like, "Who's ready? I'm ready. Who's ready? I'm ready. Who's ready? I'm ready." And then he starts running to the Krusty Krab. And you see Squidward, um, Squidward cleaning something off, which has his face and it says "loser" because he knows he's a loser. Anyways, he he cleans it up. He uses I think chemicals to clean it up because he did it on I guess maybe Mr. Krabs caught him and "Oh, that cost me money. You better wipe it. That cost me money. You better wipe." I can't really talk. You need to wipe that off. I can't talk like Mr. Krabs. Anyways, he sees SpongeBob running and then there's a help wanted sign. And Squirrel runs to the Krusty Krab, going to tell Mr. Krabs something, which I don't know. And then SpongeBob then arrives at the Krusty Krab, and and then he says, "Now I'm ready," of course. And then he trips on a nail, bouncing around the Krusty Krab, and then he fell and making him land somewhere where in front of Mr. Krabs and Squidward. And anyways, Mr. Krabs were, SpongeBob's like, "Am I ready, sir?" And Mr. Krabs is like, "You can't. I don't know if you're using your sea legs or not." I don't know what he said something like that, but he said something like that. Anyways, SpongeBob says, "Please, I'm don't know what he says. I don't watch the episode a lot. Anyways, and then they go over, and Mr. Krabs basically asks Squidward to vouch for him, and yeah, for, um, Squidward says no, and then Mr. Krabs like this, wink, he winks, and then he tells him to go get a hydrodynamic spatula that has stuff on it, and then Mr. Krabs don't think it's real, but we'll get to that later. And then, so yeah, SpongeBob wants to go get it at the bargain mart. And then Mr. Krabs and Squidward keep on laughing. And then you see buses come up, filled with anchovies. And Mr. Krabs smells the anchovies. He's like, anchovies! And then they go to the boat. Well, anchovies come inside the Krusty Krab. And then Mr. Krabs and Squidward go in the boat because how many customers there literally are. And Mr. Krabs and Squidward try to tell them to calm down. Well, basically Squidward did. And then, they didn't listen. They were invading the Krusty Krab. They were like flooding it. And you see a scene with SpongeBob going in the bargain mart buying the spatula, and then they're just basically invading the Krusty Krab. And then you see another scene with him, and and sometimes I lose my spot, guys. So it might happen to my review. So yeah, and SpongeBob, we see another scene of SpongeBob, and then in a bargain mart, and then we see Mr. Krabs and Squidward saying goodbye, Squidward, goodbye, Mr. Krabs, and they cry, and then we see SpongeBob come in with the hydrodynamic spatula. See, I told you earlier that he thinks it wasn't real. Mr. Krabs and Squidward didn't think it was real, boy. Anyways, but it was real after all. I guess it had a sign on it saying hydrodynamic spatula, this much money, something. I don't know what the price is because they don't show. Anyways, SpongeBob cooks a lot of Krabby Patties. You hear a song come on. And SpongeBob cooks them really fast until they're all satisfied and stuff. Yeah, until the anchovies are all satisfied. And then Mr. Krabs basically hires SpongeBob to work for the Krusty Krab, and then they give him a little tag thing on there, and then Mr. Krabs says hip hip hooray, and also Squidward was not happy with SpongeBob getting the job. Yeah, he wasn't happy getting I can't talk right now. Anyways, he basically has a whole lot of money. Mr. Krabs has a whole lot of money because of the anchovies paying. Yeah. And we see Patrick, and then he orders one Krabby Patty. And then SpongeBob cooks a lot of Krabby Patties again, and then it kind of gets, and then he makes too much that it made Patrick flow out the Krusty Krab. And then SpongeBob keep on cooking the Krusty Krab. I mean, cooking the Krusty Krab. I meant cooking the Krabby Patties, and then he, and then Squidward's like yelling in there, and then it ends with the music. So yeah, that's basically the end of the episode. What do I give this episode? An 8 out of 10. I really liked this episode. It was a really good episode because considering it's the first episode of SpongeBob Squarepants. Yeah. So yeah, that's my rating for this. I'm not going to do point stuff, decimals, because I'm just going to do like 8 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, 0 out of 10. This is an 8 out of 10. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!